The MMDA has suddenly begun enforcing speed limit regulations in Metro Manila, leading many to ask why this is happening. Others are asking if the MMDA has a legal basis for doing so. Motoring Forum discusses these and other related issues to speeding and speeding laws.
In March of 2019, the Metro Manila Council approved a proposal to enforce speed limits of 60 kilometers per hour for cars and 50 kilometers per hour for trucks and buses on major thoroughfares. In April of the same year, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority issued Regulation Number 19-001, implementing the MMC decision, which also penalizes violators with a 1,000 peso fine. At that time, the 60 kilometers per hour speed limit was already enforced on Commonwealth Avenue in Quezon City and Diosdado Macapagal Boulevard in Pasay and Parañaque, supported by many signs. Thoroughfares covered by the MMDA Regulation Number 19-001 include circumferential roads such as Recto Avenue, Quirino Avenue, Araneta Avenue, EDSA, CP Garcia Avenue, and Southeast Metro Manila Expressway. Meanwhile, radial roads like Ross Boulevard, Taft Avenue, Magallanes portion of South Luzon Expressway, Shaw Boulevard, Ortigas Boulevard, Magsaysay Boulevard, Aurora Boulevard, Quezon Avenue, Commonwealth Avenue, A. Bonifacio Avenue, Rizal Avenue, and Marcos Highway. The regulation was not immediately enforced, presumably to conduct an information campaign and while speed limit signs are installed to warn motorists, and also to acquire the necessary equipment like speed radar guns to support enforcement. Then the COVID-19 pandemic happened, and enforcing the new regulation was forgotten until recently, and as traffic congestion has returned with the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions eased and people revert to pre-pandemic living. The MMDA with no warning or announcement began apprehending motorists for speeding, going faster than 60 kilometers per hour on Ross Boulevard. This spawned complaints from motorists who said there are no speed limit signs on Ross Boulevard. MMDA responded saying in essence that signs or no signs, enforcers will enforce the speed limits approved back in 2019. But the legal eagles among motorists are pointing to a more serious issue about the speed limits imposed by the MMDA. They point to Republic Act 4136 enacted back in June of 1964, which is said to prohibit provincial cities and towns as well as other government units from enacting ordinances or resolutions enforcing speed limits other than those set in the law itself. RA 4136 sets the speed limits on streets or boulevards with no blind corners at 40 km per hour for passenger vehicles and motorcycles. Trucks and buses are limited to 30 km per hour while traveling along boulevards. A 20 kph speed limit is prescribed for roads with heavy foot traffic or intersections. Speed limits ranging from 50 kph to 80 kph are prescribed on country roads depending on the type of vehicle. Now those steeped in the law are asking which should prevail, Republic Act 4136 of 1964 or MMDA Regulation Number 19-001 of 2019. Those not steeped in the law are also arguing that the speed limits under RA 4136 are anachronistic and should be amended and adapted to the realities of modern automotive technology and road infrastructure. Speeds considered dangerous in the 1960s because of the limitations of automobiles and vehicles are no longer considered unsafe in 2020s, they say. Both the legal-minded and those mindful of the developments in automotive safety technology suggest a rethink is needed on how traffic authorities set and enforce speed limits.
Perhaps there really is a need to amend laws and ordinances on speeding, not only to clarify the basis for enforcing them, but also to bring them up to date and in keeping with the developments in automotive technology and road infrastructure. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.